Hello everyone, this is Gemini Jets 1975 coming at you with another Airways magazine review. This time the April 1997 issue. So you got the Airways logo, Cathay Pacific, major article on them, as well as Hong Kong and Macau's airports. And then there's an article about the new Pan Am and a flight with the Constellation. And there's the barcode. At this time, the price of the magazine was $4.50 in the US, $6.50 in Canada, and $2.95 in the UK. So, table of contents. Of course, the Cathay Pacific article, Air Macau, the Macau airport. I believe the Tale of Two Cities, that's about the Hong Kong airport. Pan Am, the Clipper One trip, and Court Line, the old airline. Okay. So you've got the mailbag, of course, the letter to the editor, deregulation. Here's an ad for deregulation knockouts if you like old airline history books, so this is a good one. It talks about, well, quite a few of the airlines I have models of. And then book reviews. And then the usual pictures. You got the latest Western Pacific logo jet for Crested Butte, Colorado. And then the Sun World right here. Then right here. Ryanair used to, they had a logo jet. It was, let's see, silver and Jaguar Racing Green, sporting the car manufacturer's cat mascot. Citybird Air 2000, and then also to celebrate Donovan Bailey's gold medal performance. I believe that was the 1996 Olympics in Atlanta, but my memory may be incorrect on that, but that looks like from 96. It's either 96 or 92. Okay, and then we have, let's see, a few regular articles. Now on the Cathay Pacific, during this time period, this was just before Hong Kong was given back to the Chinese as far as, administration-wise. And so this talks about whether, the question of whether Hong Kong or Cathay Pacific's legendary service would suffer because Hong Kong was then going to be under the rule of the Chinese again. So apparently people in Hong Kong were not worried, but people outside were. But it talks about the history of Cathay Pacific, how it was started by a Texan, Roy Clinton Farrell, paid $30,000 for a U.S. war surplus C-47 and took it to New York, have it converted for civilian use, and flew it from the U.S. to Shanghai via South America, North Africa, and the Middle East. So, and there's several pictures of aircraft from this day. The L-1011 made its last flight, and it says in here, but I don't remember what it was. Okay. Then, as of April 1st, 1997, they had 747s, 777s, A340s, and A330s in their fleet. And then, let's see, the Cathay logo, there's pictures of their legendary service. IFE. The 747 for cargo. Okay, now, here's an article about the airport, Kai Tak, the old Hong Kong airport, and then the new one that they were building in called Cheplack Cock, and it's supposed to be much, much better, much easier to approach in, because Kai Tak was famous for its horrendous and very dangerous approaches. And then Macau, basically a runway on an island. And here's an article about Air Macau, another airline from the region, basically a rising star in the Asian scheme. Okay. And then here's the article about the flight in the Constellation. I did not read too much into this one. And let's see here. And then here is the article about Pan Am. This is Pan Am 2, the second version of the airline. And Martin Shugru Jr., he was the first CEO. He was the administrator of the Eastern Airlines, what is it called? The Eastern Airlines estate after a shutdown in 1991. So just a little while after he resigned, then he began working on the introduction of the new Pan Am. So, in fact, here is Avenza Airlines, which happened to be a subsidiary of the original Pan Am. So that's very interesting. But one interesting part about this article, they did an interview with him and they asked him a couple questions. And let's see, one of them was, they were talking about the proposed merger with Carnival Airlines, which did happen later on and actually happened to be partly responsible for Pan Am's demise. And then Pan Am 2, that is. And then it talks about, they ask him about the proposed 600 passenger airliners, one of them being the A380, and he mentions that he did not see, and it mentions how he did not see the airliner being of much use outside of the Tokyo Narita market, and that the interesting part was that he saw travel growing in secondary markets such as Detroit to Manchester or San Francisco to Osaka, which actually has happened. And the 787 is probably quite mostly responsible for the growth in secondary markets like that. So, and he saw this from back in '97 before the 787 was even, designed. So, and another, let's see, I believe that's probably the main thing that was really interesting, insightful as far as what the future would actually bring. Okay. And then there's Air Transport World. If you have a chance, this is an awesome magazine. It used to be for airline insiders, basically aviation employees only, and the public can get it now. So it's a little expensive though, I think. $50 US back in '97. Okay, this is about the first 747 christened Clipper 1 trip. I don't believe. Oh man, it used to be at San Bernardino International Airport. Someone let me know if it's still there or not. But this is basically about the first 747, and then how it went to Air Zaire, sent time to Aeroposta. And then this one is about an airline called Courtline. Unfortunately, I did not really read much about it, but it's kind of a look back into the past. So, but otherwise, guys, let's see here. I believe that is it. stay tuned for the next issue review, guys, because there's going to be a really awesome issue. There's an article about America West, so stay tuned for that. This was before, of course, the introduction of Gemini jets, so the airplane shop did not have those yet. And old back issues. Shabak USA, one of the main model companies back then. Or Shabak was, actually. Shabak USA was the US retailer. So, this one wasn't, sorry guys, there really wasn't a whole lot of really good stuff in this one, but it did talk about Cathay Pacific and Pan Am. So, anyways guys, thank you so much for watching as always. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I hope to do these weekly for, it'll almost a year or so. Next article, or the next issue rather, will have some really interesting stuff. So stay tuned for that in a week. And thank you guys so much for watching. Like, comment, and please like, comment, and subscribe as usual. And I will see you all in the next video. And by the way, in my next oh, you know what? One moment, guys. I do need to get something for y'all.